Hi friend, if your mornings feel like a blur between diapers, school drop-offs, and cold coffee, you are so not alone. But what if I told you that breakfast could be one less thing to worry about? Today, I'm showing you how to meal prep hearty and delicious breakfast burritos that are freezer-friendly, perfect for postpartum recovery, or just surviving another busy week with kids. These are mom-tested, kid-approved, and will save your sanity. And don't forget, grab your free postpartum meal prep guide, which is linked in the description below just for you. Okay, first up, we are gonna get our pan heated up so we can cook our sausage. And while we wait for our pan to get warm and nice and hot, we're gonna measure a couple of our other ingredients so we can do two things at once. Okay, so for this recipe, we need 4 cups of hash browns. And these are something that I made and prepped with my first pregnancy with my daughter. And they were so good. They were one of my favorite breakfasts that I had prepped and ready because they're just so easy. They're already, one-handed food while you're nursing or pumping or whatever you're doing with baby. So they're just so easy. And even if you're not expecting, like me, they're great for meal prepping ahead and just tossing in the microwave, handing to your kid in the morning, or you take it while you're out the door getting ready to go. And it's a perfect way to get protein in and then also have a nice hearty and delicious breakfast. That one bag, which is a pound, is 4 cups, so that's all we need. And I'm kind of thinking I might double this recipe because I bought 2 bags of hash browns and you can never have too many breakfast burritos in your freezer. So I think I might double this. I need to get another pound of sausage out because I only have 1 pound though so far. So let's do that quick. Okay, so I got my other pound of sausage out of the freezer. I'm gonna thaw this real quick so we can brown and make everything at the same time and just have a ton of breakfast burritos to eat. And while we wait for our other pound of sausage to thaw, I'm gonna shred up a bunch of cheddar cheese. And while our meat cooks, we are going to prep our eggs. I'm gonna use my nice big glass measuring bowl because it has this nice pour spout that I feel like will be really easy to pour the eggs out. Okay, so we need 16 eggs. We'll get these cracked. And one of our eggs is cracked. That's always such a bummer when you get it home from the store and you think you got them all and none of them are cracked, and then there's one that's already cracked and you can't use it. At least I do not recommend using already cracked eggs. I feel like that's just a disaster waiting to happen. So if you want to, I guess do it, but I did not tell you to. Okay, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, so we got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, perfect. We are good. And we'll go check on our sausage again too. And I almost forgot to do this, but we need to add seasonings to our eggs. So I've got garlic powder, onion powder, salt and pepper. Okay, our sausage is looking really good. It's pretty much done, I'd say. So I'm gonna transfer this into a different bowl, and then we will make our hash browns, egg scramble, and everything together, and then we'll add the sausage back. Okay, so before we add the hash browns in, I'm gonna add some butter to our pan, just so they don't stick, and it always gives them a nice golden color. So about a tablespoon of butter, because we have 2 pounds of hash browns that we're gonna be cooking. Okay, that melted really quickly. So we're gonna add our hash browns in, spread those around. And this might seem like a lot of hash browns in the pan, but it will cook down and it'll all get cooked really nicely. Okay, so we're gonna let this set, and then we'll just be kind of flipping it every few minutes. And we'll go ahead and also scramble our eggs. Our hash browns are looking really good. I love when they get that crispy brown on the top. I did have to crank up the heat on my pan so it would really get nice and brown. And honestly, it probably would have been easier and faster if I did this in 2 batches with not so much in here at once, but it is what it is. If you have like a griddle that you can put on your stove or even a Blackstone outside, this would be a great one to make on a griddle. Okay, these are done, so we're gonna put them in a separate bowl and then we're gonna cook our eggs. Okay, so I got my massive Tupperware bowl out because I do not think my other bowl that I currently have the sausage in is gonna be able to fit all the hash browns, all the sausage, all the eggs. So I got my big bowl for this job. All right, we are gonna put all of our hash browns into this bowl. Woo! Look at all that steam. And then I'm gonna let my pan cool just for a couple minutes before I put the eggs in, because I don't wanna just like fry my eggs right away. As you can tell, I added more butter to our pan, and then we're gonna throw all the eggs in. I'm gonna go ahead and add our sausage back in just so it gets nice and mixed and incorporated with the eggs. Okay, so our eggs and sausage are looking really good. It smells amazing too. I love using sausage because it just has those, it has all the seasoning in it and it just tastes so good. So we are gonna add this to our hash browns, and then also we're gonna add in our cheese and we will stir it. So usually when I make this and I only do 1 batch, I'm able to cook everything in here and I don't usually need a separate bowl to like mix it all together in. But since we're doubling this, we've got 2 pounds of sausage, lots of eggs, 2 pounds of hash browns. It just doesn't all fit in my pan. So that's why I have to use a second one. So if you were just making this throughout the week, I know I grew up with my mom making this a lot, and it would be when we have like breakfast for dinner, and she would just whip it up in one pan. We'd eat it. It wasn't for meal prepping. That's another great option, and it tastes so good. Something different than just the normal pancakes or waffles for breakfast for dinner. And I also know that even though these are for postpartum, since they're in our freezer and we've still got 10 to 12 weeks to go, we are gonna be eating some of these throughout the next couple months before baby even arrives, just because they're so good, they're so handy. So it's better for me just to prep a double batch now versus then getting, 4 weeks out, we're real close to due date and all that stuff, and I'm like, oh, we ate all of the breakfast burritos. I need to make some more. So this will just be a nice large batch we can eat over the next 4 months. Okay, and then I'm also gonna add our cheese. And you could wait to add your cheese until you're rolling up your burritos, but I just think this is a lot easier. Get it all instead of having like layer of hash browns, layer of eggs, layer of sausage. Like, it's easier if it's just all mixed together, and then you don't have to worry about it falling apart. It's already all in one bowl and all mixed. I am gonna add some green onions though. I diced up a few green onions, so I am gonna sprinkle those over the top once we get everything in our tortilla shells. All right, it is time to wrap up our burritos. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, it's been a long day in my kitchen. I've been doing lots of different things. And at this moment, I am kind of regretting doing that double batch because there are gonna be a lot of burritos to fold. But I know in the long run, once it's all over, I will be very thankful that I did a double batch, because last time when I was pregnant and I prepped these for postpartum, we only did 1 batch and we ate them all in like a week. So even though it seems daunting right now, I know I will be very excited once it's done and I have them available to eat after baby comes. So it'll be fine. I am gonna heat up all of my flour tortillas just in the microwave for like 15 seconds. This makes them more manageable and pliable when we go to wrap up our burritos. Then we're not getting rips in them and they'll just hold together better. And then I also have a cookie scoop, so I feel like that will make it easier too, to make it go faster. So yeah, we are just gonna get rocking and rolling and wrap up these burritos. Okay, so my countertop is clean. I've cleaned it multiple times today. So I think what I'm gonna do, I have this sheet pan to stack them all on, and I think I'm just gonna lay out just a bunch of tortillas on the counter so then I can quickly go through and wrap them all up instead of doing one at a time. We'll see. And I definitely am not gonna have enough green onions for all these burritos, but oh well. My next bag of tortillas. Thankfully, Costco sells these in a jumbo pack. Okay, so we have all of our burritos, and that honestly didn't take as long as I thought it was going to. Looking at everything, I was like, oh, this is gonna be like 2 hours, which probably just because I'm very pregnant and so everything feels a little harder than normal, but like it took me 20 minutes and it really wasn't that bad. So sometimes it's good to just buckle up and just get it done. All right, but we are not done yet. We are gonna do I guess there's a couple extra more steps. We're gonna put them in our skillet and just not fry, but cook them on both sides so they get brown, and so then they have a little bit of a crispiness. And then after that, we will package them up, wrap them up, and we'll throw them in the freezer. And I think I made, let's count here, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. About 25, maybe 26 or 27 under here, but that'll be a great amount of burritos for postpartum. Okay, so now that our pan is nice and hot, we are gonna set a couple of these in here, and we're just gonna cook them on both sides. And this also creates a nice seal, so then they don't fly open. So if you have a nice skillet, like or griddle, I guess is the term, a long griddle, that'd be really handy for these. We do have a Blackstone outside, but I don't operate it, my husband does, and I just don't. I leave the outdoor cooking to him. So, and he's busy right now, otherwise he would gladly do this for me. We're just doing it in our pan today, but if you have a griddle or an outdoor Blackstone or something, I definitely would recommend doing that, because then you can have a bunch on there at once. Probably all of them, honestly. Those Blackstones are really nice and big. But yeah, this is what we're doing for right now. All right, friends, I am happy to report we are on our last set of burritos. Can I scrunch all these on here? I think I can, yes. And look how good they're looking. These are gonna be bomb.com. I do not think that's what the kids say anymore. They probably say like slay or slaps. These burritos slap. I'm such a mom. No longer part of the cool kids club, that's for sure. And just another quick reminder, the recipe for these burritos will be linked in the description below, so don't forget to check that out. Let's get these packaged up and ready for the freezer. So I'm going to individually wrap all of the burritos in saran wrap, and then we'll throw them probably, well, however many will fit in a gallon-sized Ziploc bag. So you can individually wrap each of them if you're just wanting to grab one at a time and go. So if you're doing it that way, I would wrap it in saran wrap and then also add tin foil and wrap it in tin foil. That way you just have that extra layer of protection so you know that it's not gonna get freezer burnt. But since I am putting these in gallon Ziploc bags, because these are gonna be both for me, my husband, probably our toddler, so I don't have to think about, you know, breakfast. I'm gonna probably do 5 to 10 in a gallon size bag, and then we'll just take it from the freezer straight into the fridge, keep it in the fridge for a week, and we'll just eat them out of the fridge. So. Also, these are reusable Ziploc bags. Not Ziploc brand, but you know, kind of like Kleenex. Anyways, and they have been really nice for prepping for postpartum. I'm loving that I'm gonna be able to reuse these. They're well, I don't know about microwavable, but they're freezer safe and then also dishwasher safe. So super nice, especially since I'm trying to get away from using a lot of plastic. I know I used a lot of plastic in these burritos, but I don't have any other option that I know of for saran wrap. So if you have a good alternative, so I'm not covering my food in plastic, I would love to know. Please leave it in the comments, and I appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video and really enjoyed the content, make sure to watch my playlist. It'll be linked either here or here. It's a bunch of videos of me prepping for postpartum. And even if you're not gonna be postpartum, these are great meal prep recipes that you can make just throughout the week for your family. So definitely check it out. Also make sure to get my free For You postpartum guide, which is linked in the description below. It has lots of information. It has grocery lists, it has postpartum checklists, it has 6 different recipes for free. So definitely a great guide to help you get started on your postpartum meal prepping as well. And I will see you again next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks y'all, bye.